if you are anywhere on my back two rows, Nina, Cammie, can y'all move closer, please? Come on up. I know it's uncomfortable. Miss Strickland, come on before you. I know it, Miss Strickland. Before you even sit. And if this is your first time, welcome to the room of most uncomfortability that you've probably ever been in. Thank you so much, everybody. Come on. Trina, come on, it's closer. I know it's closer. I know. Come on, Mr. David was about to join you too. See, people would just, that's why you got to important. Bless you. That's why you got to be important on how you lead, right?
No, for me.
Come on up. There's two chairs here. Chair over here. I know it. Just come on. Good morning, everybody. Great morning and welcome to the Circle of Caring. I am just super excited to be with y'all this morning. It has been a long time, it seems like, since we've been in this room. We've been traveling all summer to different partners that has hosted us for breakfast and lunch, and we have been so appreciative for that. And what I love to do when we come in these rooms, and if you've heard me say it this summer, I worked with a group of students, and I did the same thing just because I've learned to do my days like this when you get into rooms like this. And the kids even started to remind me, like, Miss Nina, you forgot. So I love to just start my mornings, afternoons, evenings, anytime I'm coming into rooms like this, just like this. So get you one or two of you. Because the thought process behind this is, right, Ms. Rashonda, you don't know where you just came from. What you just done had to go through to get here, what you got to do when you walk out the door. All those things are mentally, if you're anything like me, is mentally, right, Sharpell? Sharpell like, who can I get one more, right? And we all know that when I'm talking, we're breathing, and you looking at me, you breathing, because if you're not breathing, you be right around here, we have to call something. Right. But it's a difference from when you're just stopping to breathe. And so welcome to the Circle of Caring. This is my Thankful Thursday, Friday Eve, right? For some of those that look forward to the weekend, I used to, now I look forward to Mondays because that's when the stock market and stuff, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, and so you just get older, you just think differently, and so welcome to the Circle of Caring, and in these rooms, we get an opportunity to intentionally build and grow positive and caring relationships. There's no major agendas when we come in. We're going to share some information, but the biggest thing ever is that we get to build relationships in here. And I often say that anybody will come into these rooms, but everybody won't come. Anybody can, but everybody won't. Because in these rooms, it's the one room that we get to be French in. It's a we room. It's not a me room. It's not about my thing, your thing. It's about our thing. And in these rooms, we service businesses, churches, and organizations. And most of the time, if you're in this room, you're part of one of the three. And even if you're an individual that's just been invited, because you can come here too, you get an opportunity to really just network, and that's what I love the most. And so from the time you walk in here, we intentionally start when we start, because the start time is when you walk in. It's the conversations that you get to have, hopefully the people that you're meeting. It's very easy and comfortable to sit with who you came with. I love the networks. I'm like, who is this lady? Like, hey, and when you get to coming out your comfort zone, then you get to meet people that you wouldn't have normally met. And so I love to say, if you want to be comfortable, you'll never be successful. And if you want to be successful, you'll never be comfortable. The two really just, unfortunately, don't go together. So, what I would love to do, what we often do in these rooms is we're going to say our name and the organization we work for. And what we normally do is we'll do an elevator pitch of what our organization do. But today, we're going, and it's often different. I can't say what it always is, because it's always different when you walk in these rooms. But what I do know is that today, I want to hear your name, your organization, and what is the best piece of advice you've ever got? What's the best piece of advice you've ever got? And so it could be one of my favorites for myself. If you don't know me, my name is Nina Marie, and I am your facilitator of the Circle of Caring. And one of my best advices that I got, I probably was about 8 or 9, max 10. And my pastor said, if you don't want to fall, stay out of slippery places. And that was like, ooh, that was good. And so we'll start over here at this table. Mr. David. Hey, Mr. D.
Good morning, everybody. My name is David McCarter, and I work with Community Renewal International. And I have 2 little nuggets to share today. The first is never buy a house with a flat roof. And the second one, and probably the more pertinent one, and this is kind of self-taught information. Nobody told me this because it wasn't around when I was younger. But never get into an argument or a disagreement via the written word. Always pick up the phone and call. Don't get into a text exchange. Because you can never understand, you can never hear intent or meaning behind what's written on a piece of paper. You'll read it the way you're feeling.
Never. Never. Good point, Mr. D. Love it. Sharpell.
My name is Sharpell Welch. I work with Community Renewal. I guess the best piece of advice, my grandmother, I was raised by my grandmother, so there's so many. The one I can think of right now is don't become what you despise.
Good stuff.
Hi, I'm Rashonda Miles. I work for community support where we house the homeless, and we have different programs, which my coworker here will tell you about. I work for the REACH program, and the best advice that I can give is cook with your heart.
My name is Shakira Allen. I work with community support, but I work with Impact. The best piece of advice that I have would be the more you grow, the more you learn, the more success you get. My name is Courtney and I work with community support. I'm a permanent supportive housing case manager. We work with the homeless on with the Crossroads program. The best advice that I have is for the less fortunate, treat them with respect.
My name is Shakari. I work with Hope Connections. I'm the housing manager. We assist the street homeless, and we are the hub. We actually do referring out to all the different agencies to get them housed, to help them get them housed. And the best advice I can give is come in with an open mind, but be a sponge and soak it all up.
Well, actually, I'll jump back there. Come on, Leandra.
Good morning. My name is Leandria. I work with Community Renewal. I work in the Friendship House in the area of Queensboro. I'm a community coordinator working with kids at youth ages, grades 6 through 12. And I would say the best piece of advice that someone gave me, which is my grandmother, is it's coming up again. However you treat somebody, whatever you're doing in life, it's coming up again. And so it's been true.
I'm busy writing down all these things. My name is Ellen King. I work with BHG Recovery here in town. We're an addiction recovery outpatient clinic, and we see adults there. The best piece of advice I had was from my daddy, and it was work to live, don't live to work.
That's good stuff.
I'm Megan Adger. I work at the Kennedy Center of Louisiana as peer support. Currently, I'm working with runaway youth and teaching them like a runaway curriculum to try to prevent them from running away again. And I missed the question.
That's okay. The best piece of advice, Megan, sorry. The best piece of advice that you've gotten in your life.
myself. So from observing from my own life experience and then watching people around me that I work with, I feel like the best advice is whenever there's a victim of any type of sexual assault or abuse, that you shouldn't just automatically assume that they're lying or making it up.
That's good stuff. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Kirsten Wheeler. I'm one of the coordinators with North Louisiana Human Services District, and we're working on a project that helps lower the percentage rates, rates of HIV and other bloodborne diseases. So we get out, we meet them where they are, and we tackle that hands-on with a lot of drug users and things of that sort, and provide them with kits. Not syringes like Philadelphia Center, some a little bit more affordable, like just bleaching water help them. Like, hey, we're not judging you, but if this is what you do, like do it well, do it clean, just safe. So we won't spread these diseases around. I just learned just with life in general, life is all about perception. It's 90% pretty much of something that's how you deal with it. It's 10% of what happens, but it's 90% of how you deal, and how you perceive it. You perceive it as bad as it's gonna be, but if you make lemonade out of just a bunch of lemons, it can be seen bad.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Angela Lacey. I work along the side of Dr. Kirsten Wheeler with the North Louisiana Human Services District. So she's giving you guys a great spiel about a little bit about what we do. And as far as, there's so many little nuggets that I've received over the years, but there's two that's coming to my mind. Of course, everyone knows treat others like you want to be treated. That's something that I implement with my kids, just letting them know, treat the CEO the same way you would treat a janitor. Mm-hmm. But another one that lays on my heart is don't let your hang-ups be your hold-ups.
I love that. Okay, we'll come up here, Trina.
Come up.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
She thought I know, we thinking, right?
my name is Latrina Washington. I go by Trina. I work for Behavior Health Group as a peer specialist. I think the most important thing that I've learned is nobody should enjoy your life more than you. You matter.
That's good.
So good, so good.
Hello, my name is Candy Slate. I am the Region 7 BSR, Business Service Representative for Louisiana Workforce. So I actually work with all the employers in Region 7 with recruitment. If they need to host a job fair, hire an event, I assist the employers in the area. I technically do not work with job seekers, although we do have ladies in the office that work with the job seekers that's looking for work. I would say, someone else said the same thing. Treat the CEO as the same as you would treat the janitor. So I do work with a lot of different employers, and if I walk into a place of business, I'm going to speak to the janitor just as well as I'm going to hold a conversation with them, just like I'm going to hold a conversation with the CEO or the VP. So treat everyone the same. You're welcome.
I'm Robert Odom. I work for Community Renewal. And the best advice that I've gotten was when I was going back into the workforce was to start volunteering for Community Renewal, and then that led to me getting the job.
I'm Kelly Gowans with Veteran Services from the Louisiana Workforce, and we work with veterans in our local area and the surrounding areas. Just like they say, treat everybody right, just like you want to be treated. Also consider don't judge a book by its cover, because sometimes that cover can look shiny and pretty and not be what it's supposed to be, and sometimes that person or that book can look really ragged and tattered, but that's the person that has the biggest heart. So I've always lived by don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, and my name is Jeff Norred. I'm the DVOP for the Bossier area. I help disadvantaged veterans find employment. And I guess the advice that I've been taught is always separate what you know from what you think. Because if you don't, you'll end up judging people unfairly.
That's good. Mm-hmm.
My name is Selena Strickland. I work for the City of Shreveport Community Development Cattle American Job Center. I'm one of the program managers there that assists adults and dislocated workers in training, different types of vocational training. And one of the best advice that I've given and tried to live my life by is don't look down on a man unless you're trying to help him and pick him up. On anyone, man in general, but anyone.
So hi, my name is Nina Taylor. I work for Oak Street Health. We are a doctor's office that only see patients on Medicare, so 65 and over, or if you are on disability for 2 years and you have Medicare, we will be able to see you guys. And I guess the best piece of advice that I'm trying to live by now is make your yeses yes and your no's no.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm Cammie. I'm with Families Helping Families Region 7. I serve as their outreach resource specialist, and we provide resources, support, and education advocacy to individuals with disabilities. The best piece of advice that I think I've gotten was a quote, and it was, "Good, better, best, never ever rest until your good is your better and your better is your best."
Oh, that's good.
Oh, wow.
I'll write it down for you.
Yeah,
I like that
one.
I'm Lanita at the Salvation Army. I'm case manager. And the best thing that I've learned in life from my grandfather, he always said, you work the job, you don't let the job work you.
Yeah.
I'm Draper Felton. Excuse me. I'm Draper Felton. I'm with Salvation Army also. I'm the Veterans Case Manager. And I think the best advice I was given is always lead with love, because you never know what your interaction does to somebody. It could be the thing that helps them, or it could be the thing that breaks them.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Did y'all hear some good stuff?
Yes.
Good stuff, right? And I love listening to just taught lessons versus bought lessons. And this month, let me tell y'all, we've journeyed actually. Since the new year, we've talked just reflections, because for those that don't know, we did a survey last year. We've been rocking with the Circle of Caring for about 3 years now, building it out. And as we did a survey last year, 100% of our members, not 90, not 80, but 100%, members reported that the Circle of Caring has impacted their sense of community, belonging, and connections. So what we did in January, we really just reflected where we at, where we going, and what do we want to do to get there, right? February, we talked about the common culture, because I feel like the entire time we worked on what this culture was inside. Because before we can do business together, before we can even explore really who we are, we got to know, can we trust each other? And you don't have to have the type of trust that you have with your best friend from 9th grade. But to do business, there has to be a level of trust, whether you're a business, a church, or an organization. So the culture was important. We talked about safe environment in March. Having a safe environment, knowing like when you come in here, this is the one meeting, somebody say one. One. This is the one meeting that you can get to come in and it's just all hats off. There is no big I's, no little U's. And it's always about the betterment of each other, because before we can get out there and service our clients, we have to really do a self-check within. And so what I love about this, because we talked about safe environment, April was enhancing relationships, May was meaningful work, because anybody in here do meaningful work? Right? And most of it is not what we dream to become.
True.
Right? It's just really how our destinies and how our paths just align. You know? Then in June, we talked about the leadership systems. Is there any leaders in the room? And most of the time, you don't even want to lead because the responsibility is too big. This one person told me yesterday, Latrina, I just want to be normal. I laughed because I said, well, what? I said, poor you. Because nothing about a leader is normal. Nothing about what we get to do is the usual. So we talked about leadership systems and the importance of those. And last month we talked about the educational systems, and we had Ms. Casey Monero in our last circle of caring, and just talked about the journey of what we care. Somebody say we care.
We care.
The journey of what we care and the journey of what caring really looks like, right? And so this month we're talking about the healthcare systems. And I think the amazing part, and I'm gonna leave a cliffhanger with y'all as we prepare for some breakfast. The cliffhanger to healthcare systems this morning is because when you think about health, what are we thinking about? Talk to me.
Physical, emotional, mental.
Physical, emotional, mental. Any other?
Insurance, spiritual.
Spiritual. What was the other one?
Insurance.
Insurance. You better have some out here, boy. You go to that hospital, boy, you just need to live there. Because the way them bills is set up. And I remember being a part of the Affordable Care Act when I first got, well, I had been in Louisiana for quite some time. But there was 500 navigators nationwide for the Affordable Care Act, and I got an opportunity to be one. And when I really got behind the scenes in the insurance business, I thought to myself, I need to get another business. Because women were automatically a precondition. Did y'all know that? If you were a woman, you automatically was insured as a precondition because you could conceive. And that's a liability. And so our societies has looked and thought about the liability of our healthcare system. There's not a bunch of preventives in place, whether it's spiritually, physically, emotionally. And when I think about that, I'm amazed because oftentimes, especially in these rooms, we look so good. I was looking at my sister. I said, how y'all get the same color on this room? You know, we look so good. You know, we doing this. We got this organization. We got that organization. Boy, don't let us have no titles or number after our name, boy. I mean, what? As the kids say, period. Right? And we look so great outside. But then when we look, or we go home, Nina, and we look on the inside. Ooh-wee. Back, say it again, Mother.
It's ugly.
Oh, okay. She said, I'm gonna turn my back, and she wasn't talking to y'all, she was talking to me. Okay. It's ugly. And I remember somebody asking a question. It was actually Dr. Antoine Butler. He did a session that said, counseling the counselor. And I thought, ooh, that was so good. I was front and center. Because I know that because of what we do, the healthcare system, the first state of health is us, self. And for who's my new, I know y'all are new. Who else is first time here? First time? I don't dress like this. I normally ain't dressed like this. But my mission was accomplished this morning. So don't judge me by this, okay? But what happens is we look so good on the outside. And we really be a mess on the inside, even the counselors. And we care for everybody else. And then, baby, you know, I don't care how bad you look. Boy, you get down to the shoes, Mr. D, you like, at least the shoes all right, because we want you to believe we going somewhere. At least the shoes all right. You know, these are my birthday shoes, too. Got the matching purse. Because don't let a woman, boy, she got her bag, baby, whatever bag that is. She got that bag. But what happens is that we have to look at the nature of our health within. And that's so important, especially, somebody said especially because of what we do. It's impossible for us to go out there and give our best when we're not our best inside. And then, you know, we know that beauty for ashes is supposed to be, you know, we know beauty for ashes is supposed to be what it's supposed to be, but you know, we'll, especially in down south, we'll slap scripture all over because we Bible Belt. Ain't this the Bible Belt? And then when they say it's the dress it up, sharp belt, that's the Bible Belt. You know? And then we at least have to say, well, at least it's mixed with what I like. You know, you like a whole hot dog just in the middle of life, just rolling. But who is asking and checking on you? So we can't deal with health until we talk about our own health. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, all of those leads. We have to begin to really have these conversations. In these rooms, we get to let our guards down and just be. We get to just be. It's not about our titles, it's not about who we are, who we're not, but it's about connecting to those in the room, because where I'm not sharp at. Sharpelle has gifts that is just astronomical, and she'd be like, sis, but we're better together. And until we can get off of our own silos and begin to understand that I really am, don't look at my closet, you might not be able to close that door right there. Megan, don't open up this door, because I'm far from perfect. But our mission is to live perfect in our states and show up at our best at all times. But the only way to do that is when we check in. And the book I read from says there's safety in the multitude of counselors. And so I know that was a bit deep and different this morning. But I would be negligent if I not had a share as we jump into this health thing, to not acknowledge who we are and more so who we are called to be, even in our worst day. We're never going to be qualified. We're never going to have a ride, if you will. But dang, you ain't going to try. And you know I don't believe in trying. Right, Ms. Strickland? You know that. Ms. Strickland's eyes got big when she said me say try. Because you know I don't say try. Okay, so as we prepare for breakfast, my challenge, somebody say challenge. Challenge. As we prepare for breakfast this morning, my challenge is no pressure, just a challenge. You grown, you do you. But I challenge you to come and sit with somebody that you don't know. No pressure at all. Trust me, I won't judge you at all. This is a non-judgmental room. You can sit by yourself if you want to, but sit with somebody that you don't know and get to know who's next to you, because there's some amazing people in the room. Wave. If you don't sit by nobody else, wave everybody. If you don't sit by nobody else, y'all sit by Wave. Wave is about 100 years young. And I just love talking to Wade because, boy, if I lived to this man's age, it would double my age. I'm telling y'all. So if you don't sit by nobody else, sit by Wade. Housekeeping rules. Restrooms are back here to your left and out the door to your left. And I am waiting for, are we good? Good up there? Okay. So restrooms to your left, out the door to your left, and ladies first. Everybody don't move at the same time. I guess it is, huh? Right? It must be, huh? Right? Yes, ma'am. And so we're going to push on in our final minutes together. Continue to eat. There's some left, so help yourselves to whatever you may want seconds of. But I'm really excited because as we talked about the health care systems of today, we already established that it's so important to make sure that we're looking at the internal side of who we are. Before we can go out there and really offer anybody anything, we have to first, somebody say first.
First.
We have to first make sure that we're at least moving in the direction of becoming better ourselves, the best version of our own selves. And outside of ever being perfect, just never be okay being the same. You don't have to be perfect, but never be okay being the same. And we're getting ready to hear from a young lady that I have come to love throughout the community and respect. And as we were talking about her time today, I was like, wow, you did start out at the Salvation Army. And then you were over at Hope Connection. And now you are with Behavior Health. And as I thought about her journey, I thought, what better person than to come and share about not just the health care, but the health care of our city. She deals with the less fortunate. I'm sure throughout her journey, she's seen some repetitious individuals coming through those doors. And the crazy part is that just like me and you, somebody gave them some nuggets too. Somebody gave them some words of wisdom. Somebody dropped some jewels on their life too. But somewhere in that some moment, life happened. And I often say, I don't care if you 2, 12, 22, 52, 92. Life happens if you were breathing. But the mission in it is to see how do we, as my sister said, take the 10% in life that has happened to us and the 90% of how we respond and react to it. And so, as we are talking about health today, I knew that whether you look like you or internally we look like them, whoever them is. The less fortunate, those that we see maybe standing on the side with they signs. Regardless of who they are, because when we think about the healthcare system, we thought health, we thought mental, we thought physical, spiritual, all of that. And some people are in different places than others. But one thing is for certain and two things is for sure is that we all have to observe our mental state. And that's a daily checkup that has to occur.
Several times a day.
Right? Several times a day. I done had more meetings with my doggone self than anybody else. Okay? And Latrina is going to share with us the journey of what the mental health side of our city looks like, and we get to service them. And I got to just be honest, it's only by the grace that I ain't somewhere in no white coat. Because my one sister said it the best. We were at a retreat in Arizona. She said, some people are suicidal and some people are homicidal, but you better be careful because you don't know which one you're dealing with. So we're going to hear about the mental state from Miss Latrina from Behavior Health. Y'all, can we welcome her?
Hello.
I know you turn on Latrina for sure. I talk loud.
And I'm sure, can y'all see me?
I know she's
Testing. Oh, you there? That's fine? Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Like she said, my name is Latrina Taylor. I go by Trina. I was a director of Salvation Army for probably from 2017 to 2022. I worked at CoC Connections. I worked with a lot of different mental health agencies throughout my journey. I didn't really understand at first why I was led to go down that path. Like she said, sometimes you go down a path and you don't know why you end up there, but it's for a reason. But I do believe that everything that we go through, everything that we experience, prepare us for our purpose. Maybe it's to help someone else, or it's just something that we're on the path to go and do the things that we were meant to do. Sometimes we don't know what we're meant to do. We just start out, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, but all along we have a passion for something. I would say there was a man, his name was Dose Taylor. He was a veteran. He was a welder, he was a mechanic, he was an artist, he was a poet. He lived a life of success still, up until the point where he had a mental breakdown. And then he became homeless. He stayed in an abandoned house. He was fenced in. If you wanted to talk to him, you had to go to the gate to call his name, or you had to put a note in the fence to let him know that you came by. Sometimes he'll call you back, sometimes he didn't. They found his body, I think it was 3 months, somebody noticed that he was missing. So he died in an abandoned building in the house alone with a mental illness. He separated himself from people because he didn't want to take his medication. And what he was dealing with, I didn't understand at first. But anyway, that was my father. So that explains to why I got into have so much compassion for mental illness and for the homeless, was because I didn't understand the things that my dad was experiencing at first. He did die. He found his body 3 months later. My neighbor said they hadn't seen him outside. I would go by often, call his name, put notes on the fence. Sometimes he would return my phone call and we'll talk. I go to the fence and I'll talk to him. But just so happened it was like 3 months the last time I had put a note on the fence, and when I went back, the note was still on the fence. So that did something to me. I really didn't understand mental health at that time. So when I started the journey, and as God led me to learn about mental health, to learn about homeless, I walked through the woods to talk to the homeless who were camped out, have tents in the woods, abandoned buildings, to give them resources, to connect them with CoC Connections, to try to get them to come into the shelter. I have feed the homeless, talk to them, give them resources. I know a lot of homeless people around the city who may know my name. Everybody I greet is Sir, how you doing? Because I believe everybody has a story. Sometimes your story leads you into places that you never thought you'd be. Some of us went through some things and we made it out. We were able to deal with the things that happened to us. But some people went through it, they didn't make it out. They still going through it. And in our mind, like she said, self-care, on the outside you look good, but you still battling that thing that happened to you when you was a child. You still battling that thing that happened to you while you was an adult. Like you're still battling it. And what we see when we walk through the city, we see homeless people sitting at bus stops. We see homeless people standing on corners. You see they got the signs. And in our minds, you're homeless because you want to be homeless. If you wanted to do better, you do better. But sometimes it's not like that. Like I said, you go through things. You have people that were molested in childhood. You have people that went through domestic violence. You have people who became mental illness struck them. Not by choice. Nobody has a mental illness by choice. Nobody wakes up and say, I want to have a mental illness. I want to be schizophrenic. I want to suffer with depression for the rest of my life. I want to deal with anxiety. Nobody wakes up and do that, but everybody at some point goes through something. There's something that could have broke you, but you made it out. There's something that could have made you end up in Brentwood. It's something going on right now that can make you homeless. So my compassion came from, like I said, I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, so I am non-judgmental. I meet people where they at. If you're homeless, you're on the street, you want a tent, well, don't give them nothing, because if you give it to them, you're just enabling them. No. If you're homeless on the street, what is wrong with, okay, you need some water, I got a tent, you sleeping out here, I'm not enabling them. What I'm doing is letting them know that you're still here, you're still connected, somebody cares about you, and there's nothing wrong with that. We have to show more compassion for the people that surround us. Treat people how you want to be treated. Like I said, it could be you. It could be me. Like it was my father. So what it did to me was show me compassion. I have so much compassion for the homeless, so much compassion for the people that are dealing with mental illness, because like I said, I didn't understand it at first. When I was dealing with my father growing up, I was scared of it because I didn't know nothing about mental illness. And a lot of times we have somebody in our family or we see people on the street, we are scared of them because we don't know what's going on and we don't know anything about it. And what you don't know about, you judge. And you are afraid of it because you're looking at, oh, that could be me. Well, let me stay away from that. Or what's going on with them? They're crazy, or something is not right. Something is not right. What's not right is that society do not provide more resources. What's not right is there's a man sleeping in the woods while we lay in the bed every night. And so the circumstances behind it, we don't know because we don't know their story. And oftentimes we don't stop to understand their story, or we don't care about their story. We just know it's not us. Even sometimes our family members can be out there. Like in our culture, if you got a mental illness, you don't go to the hospital. You don't report it. We just deal with it. Oh, don't, they're such and such. They just crazy, baby. There they go again. Like, don't worry about them. That's just how they act. And it's okay to get help. And that's the important thing that I want to stress to us or anybody. It is okay to not be okay. It is okay to have a mental illness. You can survive. You can function. But the thing is, once you realize what you're dealing with, you know what you're battling. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes the homeless people don't know. Sometimes the people in our family don't know what's going on. They don't understand the voices. They don't understand why they act like that. But once they know what they're dealing with and they can get the help that they need, whether it's counseling, medication, they too will understand that they're still there. They're still surviving. You're still part of the society. You're still grounded. And it's all about them being connected. A lot of homeless people have disconnected from society. They don't feel like they belong. They don't feel like they're a part based on how we treat them. Because if they go to a hospital to get help, or even if they go into a counseling service to get help, even if they come into some of our facilities to get help, they run across people who judge them based on how they act, because they got a mental illness. I ran into a lawyer when I was working at the Salvation Army. He was a sports lawyer, very popular, song with celebrities. Had a breakdown, now he got a mental illness. He's at the Salvation Army. And he was struggling because he was like, well, I'm fine. This is not how I be. I just need to get back to my life. I just need to get back to my life, you know. But it was so hard for him to realize, okay, this is affecting me. So I'm saying, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer. No matter what profession you are, it can attack you at any time. Life be lifing. Sometimes things can happen. That one thing can cause you to snap. That breakup, that heartache, that lost family member, that lost their life, of domestic violence, you're in a relationship, and now it turned left when you want it to be right, and you don't know how to deal with it. Your kids out there misbehaving, and you've done everything that you know how to do, but they still out there doing things that you didn't teach them to do, and you don't know how to deal with it. And that can cause a mental break. It is okay not to be okay. We all walk around with smiles. We all want to be perfect because that's what the world says we have to be. We have to be perfect. We have to be smile. When people say, how you doing? I'm just fine. Because nobody wants to hear, look, I'm breaking down, girl. I'm going through life is life. I can't take it. These bills are getting on me. Do you mean to tell me I got to work the rest of my life? I am tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of getting up in the morning going to work. I'm tired of getting up and then Sunday I got Monday, he come Monday again, and it's just a routine. Where is my life? Adulting. Where is my life? When do I begin? When do I find happiness? Where is my joy? Where is my peace? That's why I said nobody should enjoy your life more than you. It has to be something in this world that makes you smile. Something in this world that empowers you to be who you were meant to be. Something. Grab hold to anything that you can for that little peace inside you, that little joy. Because like she said, we're dealing with a lot on the inside that nobody knows about. So we help the people. If you were here today, you help people who need help. And I hope you're doing it in a non-judgmental way because sometimes we turn them away. I talk to a lot of homeless people and the biggest thing is I don't want to deal with them. You know, I don't want to go in. Who wants to sleep in the woods? Like who wants to be in an abandoned building? It's easy to sit back and judge and say that's what they want. Nobody wants that. It is a cry for help, but if society has the stigmas that say you're crazy, if you say you have a mental illness, but we're always saying, you know, come on, get some help. But when they go get the help, what do they face? The attitudes, you talking, okay, come on, sit down. No. There are very many professionals that are bipolar, many that are schizophrenic, there are professional people. Somebody here might have mental illness, but look at you. But then look at those that are not sitting where you're sitting at. That's why it's so important to have compassion and understanding for people, for yourself, and treat people how you want to be treated. Goes beyond anything that you could ever understand. It goes beyond the homeless people. It's just treat people how you want to be treated, because you never know, you might be in their shoes. And some people's shoes we couldn't walk in. If you walked in my shoes, you'd probably take them off real fast. If I walked in your shoes, you would take them off. I'll probably take yours off too, because nobody knows exactly what you're going through. So, in dealing with behavioral health, I had a whole speech, I even got all off it, okay. in dealing with behavioral health, and dealing with us, and dealing with ourselves, since she made it about us, it's self-care. Make sure you take care of you. You are the most important person in your life. Yeah, you want to help people. You want to be there for everybody else. Be there for yourself. You got to be there for yourself. Because there's going to come a time when you need somebody that the people that you helped, that you showed up for, is not going to show up for you. When you're drowning, when you're drowning, nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And that starts now. That starts with self-care. Take care of you. Find something that you enjoy to do. Nobody should enjoy your life more than you. You work 80, 60, 90 hours, and you don't have nothing to show because you done gave it all away to everybody else, paying family bills, friends bills, being there for kids, and doing all this here, and you don't have nothing for yourself. Take time to enjoy yourself. That's why you get job burnout. That's why you get stressed and depressed, because you living but you're not living. Yes. You're living but you're not living. So the most important thing is take care of you. You are your greatest asset. If you go down, you go down. You have to fight your way back up. So the same way that you fight for other people, make sure you fight for yourself. Make sure you fight for yourself. And I think that's it. I think she wanted to say to
We're gonna collect the plate. Good job, It was recorded. We got to record it. Y'all, Mr. Robert don't just come in for nothing, y'all. Mr. Robert comes in to do it's so amazing what he's gets to contribute to this, because he said, can I come in and assist? And I'm so grateful, and he's probably just shivering right now because I'm saying something about him. But Mr. Robert really is so much to community renewal. So this is one piece that he gets, that I get an opportunity to work alongside of him. So he does record these for our meeting minutes, and I will send it out. Okay? And so, was that good or was that good? I'm telling you, y'all, that's why you come to these rooms. I mean, you eat good, but I'm telling you, listen, can we say counseling the counselors? Right? Right, no, at all. Y'all gotta know who Trina is and her gifts, right?
Well, she said, I don't talk very loud. I'm in high school. She's very quiet.
Oh, baby, a powerhouse. And she's not done yet, okay? But what I do want to do as we wrap this thing up, any announcements, what's coming up? I know for CRI, if you have not done our monthly tour, Please do a monthly tour where you get an opportunity to see more about the organization and go into our friendship houses and see what we do in the community that is available for you. Like if you have y'all seen our friendship houses around the city? Those are available for organizations to come in and utilize and work with the community. And Leandria has one in Queensboro. And so those are resources that is available, right? Also, we have a women's pickleball coming up. Any pickleballers in the room? My mama's eyes lit up. I was like, dang. So pickleball is Saturday. You can call the office to see if there's more seats for that. I know in October we have our anniversary, our 30-year anniversary in the community, building and growing positive and caring relationships. And so I think that is about all that I know that we have coming up. What about you? Any upcoming announcements? What are you doing? What's in your organization?
We don't have anything that's like upcoming because we meet the people where they are. But if anyone has a group or anybody that could utilize our services, we can set up a day at our center where we can test them for HIV. And based on it's rapid testing, so they don't have to wait. They don't have to wait. At that time, based on their results, they can also request a full lab as well. And based on their results, and that's a big deal. Because when you don't have insurance on a full lab, that's expensive. Okay, it's just not, not the Philadelphia Center, at the Northwest Louisiana Human Services District, right out North Market. We can set up a date for y'all to come, or whoever it's for 2 or 3 together. Right. But we can set that up, get them tested, and based on their results, get them in treatment. Right? We've all heard of PrEP and other things like that, get them treated, and also counseling services are available as well. Okay, because that's a lot to deal with. You know, but you came in healthy and you're gonna leave healthy.
I love it. I love it. And send us that information, please. Send that information out because we want to.
Digital cards, if anybody just, want to keep us in contact.
Yes. Any other upcoming announcements? What y'all got going? What's coming up?
I'll say LWC is partnering with, and Community Development is partnering with KSLA.
Okay.
They are hosting a job fair, career expo on August the 28th. Okay. It's going to be at the Bossier Civic Center. Okay. So if you have anyone that's looking for work, it's free to the public. It's open to the public, so they can come there and look for work.
That'd be good. And if you have that, please send that to the office.
Okay, I sure will. Thank you.
Get that out. Any other upcoming announcements? What you got going on?
I'm just looking to collaborate with more people in the Friendship House. If you have anything that you want to, like the ladies that might want to educate the youth about STDs, or you have some type of gift that you would like to give back to the community, I'm more than welcome to kind of talk to you and see what you can afford to the youth.
Please, y'all. I mean, like, those type of programs literally saved my life. I was horrible. And if it was not for friendship kind of programs, I know I wouldn't be here. Any other upcoming things? Okay, so as we close out, what y'all also don't know about Trina is that she is an amazing poet. An amazing poet. I mean, if you thought she talked good, baby, it's her poetry that just gets you to snap, and that's why I was up there snapping. And I really put her on an impromptu, and I asked her to put something together in regards to who we are and who we're called to be, but making sure that we're actively moving in that direction and being okay to say that you're not okay. Literally. And so, Trina, will you give us the honors of closing us out?
Okay.
while she's pulling that up to y'all, I gotta make mention to my socks. On one of them, let me just, y'all know, I gotta lean. One of them say, I think this one says, what this one say, Mr. D?
Never give up.
Never give up, so I want y'all to remember that. And this one says, always pray. And so, even down to your socks, you gotta have something encouraging. You walk in my house, it's a 2x2, but if you walk in, my walls talk to me. I gotta, because when you come out here, anything goes. But you gotta be prepared every day when you get up and walk outside that door. And so I don't care if I'm talking about everything speaks in my house, down to my socks.
Okay. Well, I found one. I was trying to find something. It said, I know I am not the same person I used to be. Life lessons taught me, broke me, rebuilt me into what you see. Someone who is free. And I know I am worthy of everything I give out. That's what loving yourself is all about. No one can validate what you doubt. You attract what you hold on to. Don't allow your past to keep taking you through pain, deception, and lies when you are the prize. It took me years to realize people see me through my eyes.
Awesome.